Long before colonial borders divided the African continent, powerful kingdoms rose across vast landscapes filled with forests, rivers, and endless savannas. These lands were home to thriving communities, trade networks, and civilizations that shaped the history of southern Africa for centuries. Among these civilizations emerged one of the most powerful and influential kingdoms in the region, the Mutapa Empire. The story of this remarkable kingdom begins in the 15th century. According to oral traditions, a prince named Nyatsimba Mutota left the powerful stone city of Great Zimbabwe in search of new lands rich in valuable resources. At the time, salt was one of the most prized commodities in the region, essential for preserving food and sustaining communities. With loyal warriors and followers at his side, Mutota journeyed north through forests, across rivers, and over rugged terrain. This journey would lead to the foundation of a new kingdom, a kingdom that would soon grow into a dominant power across southern Africa. Under Mutota's leadership and that of the rulers who followed him, the kingdom expanded rapidly. The ruler of the empire carried the title Mwene Mutapa, meaning Lord of the Conquered Lands. This title symbolized the authority and prestige of a king who governed vast territories and diverse communities. As the kingdom grew, villages expanded into towns and towns developed into bustling centers of activity. Farmers cultivated the fertile land, producing crops that sustained the population, while artisans crafted tools, weapons, and ornaments. Markets became vibrant hubs where traders exchanged goods from across the region. Soon, the kingdom's influence extended across territories that today include parts of modern Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and Zambia. The Mutapa state had become a powerful regional empire. One of the greatest sources of the kingdom's wealth was gold. Southern Africa contained some of the richest gold deposits in the world. Mutapa rulers controlled many of these valuable mining areas. Miners worked deep underground to extract the precious metal, while traders carried gold dust and nuggets along trade routes that stretched across the region. Alongside gold, other valuable commodities such as ivory, copper, and agricultural goods flowed through the kingdom's markets. Caravans transported these goods across vast distances, connecting the Mutapa state to larger trade networks that reached the eastern coast of Africa. At the heart of the kingdom stood the Mwene Mutapa himself, a ruler whose authority was both political and spiritual. The royal court was a place of decision-making, ceremony, and tradition. Advisors, warriors, messengers, and spiritual leaders gathered there to guide the kingdom and maintain order across its territories. Ceremonies and rituals reinforced the king's role as the guardian of the land and its prosperity. To the people of the kingdom, the Mwene Mutapa was more than a political leader. He was a symbol of unity, stability, and protection. The wealth of the Mutapa kingdom eventually attracted attention far beyond its borders. Caravans moved from the interior of the continent toward the eastern coast, where bustling ports connected African traders with merchants from across the Indian Ocean. Through these networks, gold and ivory from the Mutapa kingdom were exchanged for cloth, beads, ceramics, and other goods brought from distant lands. These trade connections linked the kingdom to a vast global exchange of culture, wealth, and ideas. However, in the 16th century, a new and powerful force entered this trading world. Sailors and merchants from the Portuguese Empire arrived along the eastern coast of Africa. The Portuguese were eager to gain control of the region's lucrative gold trade. At first, they sought alliances with local rulers and attempted to build relationships with leaders within the Mutapa kingdom. Trade between the two sides grew, but so did competition and political tension. Over time, the influence of foreign powers and internal rivalries began to weaken the stability of the once powerful kingdom. Conflicts emerged between competing leaders, and political struggles disrupted the unity that had once strengthened the Mutapa state. As years passed, the kingdom faced increasing challenges. Trade routes shifted, regional power struggles intensified, and new states began to rise across southern Africa. Among these emerging powers was the formidable Rosvi Empire, which would eventually dominate large parts of the region. Gradually, the Mutapa kingdom lost control over many of its territory.
For our land! For our ancestors! Stand and fight!
Behind memories of its remarkable achievements. Yet the legacy of the Mutapa state did not disappear. The stories of its rulers, traders, and warriors continued to be passed down through generations. The ruins of ancient cities and archaeological discoveries remind us of a complex and powerful African civilization that once thrived in these lands. The history of the Mutapa kingdom stands as a testament to the ingenuity, leadership, and resilience of the people who built and sustained it. Long before colonial rule reshaped the continent, African societies had already developed sophisticated systems of governance, trade, and culture. Today, the story of the Mutapa state continues to inspire scholars, historians, and communities seeking to rediscover and celebrate Africa's rich and remarkable past. And in the landscapes where this kingdom once flourished, the echoes of its legacy still remain.